And start round 2.
Round 2. Fight.
It's like the first 10 minutes all over again.
Yeah, except
but the first 10 minutes were actually still there. It's just we will no longer ever bring it back up.
Yeah, we're never going to discuss it again. Also, I'm pretty sure that footage is gone forever because I'm pretty sure I deleted it at one point.
Well,
Whoops.
there goes the plan of ever bringing it back. Damn you, Blake.
Oh, now the world will never know the truth. The truth of what happened in the first 10 minutes.
I'm sure it's still somewhere on the hard drive.
No.
Yeah. You can't completely delete something off the hard drive.
We've pretty much like downloaded and deleted like so much different stuff and like filled up the hard drive with so much shit. It's fairly obvious that it probably got overwritten by something else.
Overwritten. But, anyways, let's actually have conversations about stuff. And guess what? My name is Blake Foxx.
I thought you were going to forget that. My name is Ralleign Siston.
And I am Mizu Kurai.
And this is the number 8 podcast.
Or
So
10.
saith me.
Or 10.
It's not 10, it's 8.
I feel like it's 10.
It's 8.
It's 8. I agree with Blake. It is 8. You are down like 2-1, Mizu.
You have been outvoted.
I don't feel like I'm outvoted.
You are outvoted.
I'm saying it's 10 until proven wrong.
Okay. Well, we'll have to prove you wrong later, won't we?
We can always do it now.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Argument valid until proven wrong.
Makes
Alright,
sense to me.
I'm gonna go on YouTube.
Hey, look, the last podcast is number 7, which makes this one number 8.
I'll even
Number
corroborate.
10.
I'll even corroborate with
10.
8.
21.
21. Seriously?
Yes. We are bringing back that old meme.
Is this FNAF 6?
Oh,
No.
wow, that sounds really stupid.
No.
Is that
The
a
correct answer
freaking
is
map
no.
hat
It
thumbnail?
is.
Oh my god. Fucking map hat, dude. It's so sad. It's sad. Believe me.
I feel like some of his best content was off of the FNAF games.
So, like, since we have nothing else to talk about anyways...
Trading cards.
Shut up. I was in the middle of something. Do not interrupt me. We have so much fucking candy right now.
Yes.
Like, holy shit, like, all our candy
Why
went
did-
on half off, so we just bought, like, a fuck ton of it.
Why
and
the
now
fuck
we have,
did we
like,
buy all this candy?
I don't know. I'm supposed to not even eat bad stuff, but I bought, like, 8 fuck tons of candy anyways.
I bought candy for the purpose of snacking on when we don't actually have food in the apartment.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a plan, except I keep nibbling on the candy. Although, to be fair to myself, I've also only been eating, like, apples the last couple days, so...
You should probably eat more.
Hey, I had cereal.
Yeah, my cereal.
Yeah, well, fuck your cereal. It's my cereal now.
Don't you have honeycombs or something you could eat?
How about you, the person who eats everybody's cereal, not complain about people eating your cereal?
Except for your honeygram stuff.
Yeah, but that's only because you don't like it. Which is why I buy it, because you won't eat it.
You know, I just realized I'm subscribed to like all these different channels, but I don't watch any of their content. I should really unsubscribe from some of them.
Yeah, you should. Just not ours.
Shit.
Don't unsubscribe.
Yeah, give Blake his free likes.
He doesn't give us free likes.
Nah, I'm a rebel. I don't give free shit.
He's a rebel without a Kaz.
I'm a yes. Big boss is a rebel without a cause.
No.
No, but he does have a cause.
Oh yeah, he's a rebel with a cause.
You're both fired.
You can't fire me. You're
Too
not
late.
my real dad.
If you let
I don't think your dad fires you either.
if you let Cause die at during like the very first mission of Metal Gear Solid 5, then he becomes a rebel without a cause.
Yeah. Can you let Cause die at the beginning?
Yes, but it results in instant mission failure.
Oh, lame. Cause is kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
He
I don't
wasn't
even
so
know-
much of an asshole in Peace Walker, but in this one he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't even know who this person is.
Yeah. Well, you'll know when we get to the Metal Gear Solid retrospective.
The what now?
I can't wait till we get to bust out the Metal Gear and the Metal Gear 2 and we go through those games.
Yeah, like what we're planning to do eventually, like as soon as we get a capture card, is pretty much go through the entire Metal Gear series, starting with Metal Gear and ending with Metal Gear Solid 5. Going by order of release date and skipping every side title except for Metal Gear Rising.
Yep, pretty much. That's
I
the
just want to
plan.
play the Pokemans.
He just wants to play the Pokemans. We'd be able to play a certain Pokemans game if you'd ever finish editing the footage we already have.
I'll do it tomorrow.
That's what you always say.
Yeah, I also have to remember to do laundry.
Yeah, you were supposed to do laundry and edit some video on both of your days off this week, and you didn't do it on either.
Well,
I've only had one day off.
He has another day off tomorrow.
I've been doing stuff on my days of work, so that's no excuse. I do video editing every day because if I don't do it, nobody else will.
I feel like you're also missing an important part of you taking your 4-hour nap and then doing the editing.
And what's your point?
I try to take a nap and I sleep for 8 hours.
Honestly,
Okay, well then do it after you wake up from your 8-hour sleep.
Honestly, I feel like Blake's working a bit too much, but yeah.
Well, I can't not, or else none of our videos will ever get done on time, because only I do them. You all need to catch up.
I have done one video.
Yeah, and I've done how many? It's about 40 if you're wondering, so far.
That is how many fucks I give.
Raw's done a whole one video as well.
Has it been uploaded?
Yeah, it was the Oogie Boogie song.
Okay, so yes, confirmed. Our last podcast, like put up on our channel, was number 7.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took me this long to find it, but it did.
Wow, you're really good at this. It took you like 7 whole minutes to do that.
Oof.
If you guys started actually getting some video editing done and getting videos up, we could actually build a backlog, and that would be amazing. But I don't exactly have the highest hopes of that being a thing anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm trying to get myself to work on videos, but every time I get like 2 seconds into video editing, I just suddenly lose all energy.
Yeah, that's when you gotta make yourself do it anyways. That's how it was whenever I was doing certain other things too. I'm not tired. You're tired.
Your mom is tired.
She probably is. She works a lot. But yeah, seriously. You just gotta like power through it, especially at first. But once you get used to doing it and it gets a little easier, then it's not too bad. It's like kind of overcoming the hurdle of doing the first couple videos that is annoying.
I guess it's kind of like quitting smoking in a way.
Sounds like learning how to play guitar.
But
It sounds like a lot of things.
But yeah, if the two of you guys started actually doing some video editing, we could get like a pretty solid backlog going and get ahead and stay ahead. And then we wouldn't ever be constantly worrying about videos and stuff.
Your mom's worrying about videos and stuff.
I'd like to get to the point where we have enough of a backlog to where I can start editing podcasts again. Because it was kind of fun editing those, even though there was like hours of stuff to go through. But now I just kind of cut out empty silent space and that's it for podcasts.
I'll have to try to push myself to keep going.
Yeah, I gotta finish the video for today at some point.
For today.
For today, yeah.
For today.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. The first time.
The first time.
It feels like the first time.
Speaking of furs, hold on. Oh boy.
Speaking of furs,
Let's see. Just need to go back and find it because these people send a shit ton of messages.
I love shit tons of things, especially messy guys.
Gross.
Okay.
So
apparently,
why does that look so raggedy? Oh, I guess it cleared up now. I wonder what that was about.
Strange.
You see how it's like all
Probably
distorted?
because Mizu was sitting down.
No, it was like for a little while I was recording it was all raggedy. I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll see in the future what that sounds like.
Yeah, I guess so. Hopefully it's nothing because it'd be really shame if there was like just a minute where all of a sudden the audio was just like
Pepperoni and pepperoni.
Anyway, speaking of furs,
Okay.
apparently this one chat that I'm in brought up what is it? It's okay. There's this enzyme called CRISPR-Cas9, and I know that spells CRISPR, but
okay.
apparently it's this enzyme that would allow biologists and other scientists to pretty much like precisely manipulate DNA so that they could add on a bunch of like useless materials to the end of the DNA to artificially prolong aging so that like we could pretty much achieve biological immortality and who knows, maybe even create IRL furries. I mean, they pretty much dismissed that as a really stupid idea despite them being furries as well, so goes to show how possible that is, but biological immortality.
I wouldn't mind having a fluffy tail.
I did see an article in a CNN. I shouldn't say I seen the article, but I saw a CNN headline that said millennials may be the first generation to not have to die. And I was like, sweet, I'll take it. I don't get my hopes up about stuff like that because then if it doesn't work out that way, you're going to be super disappointed until you die, at which point you'll be nothing because you'll be dead.
Rip.
Debatably, but actually there is one problem I find with biological immortality, and that's the problem of overpopulation.
That's not the only problem with biological immortality, but as far as overpopulation goes, by the time that became an issue, we could just probably planet hop.
Yeah, if we get to the point where we can actually planet hop, then overpopulation becomes a non-issue.
Yeah, because space is really, really big, so I doubt we'd have to worry about that, even if we did live forever. No, the real issue comes from if we were effectively immortal, so it's pretty cool, and then you turn 6 million, and you're like, okay, this is still pretty cool. Then you turn 6 billion, and you're like, I'm starting to get a little bored. And then you turn 89 quadrillion years old, and you're like, well, shit.
Well, see, you don't have to. The thing is, you don't have, it's not invincibility. It's immortality. You won't die of aging, but other things can still kill you.
Yeah, but if they can do that, it's only a matter of time before we're effectively invincible as well. And we would have the lifespan to where we'd probably make it that far, at least most of us. I'm sure there'd be plenty of us who would still die first. But if you made it to that point, then you would become effectively immortal. And after 80 quintillion years of being alive, you'd probably be wishing for the sweet, sweet embrace of death.
I feel like the thing you're overlooking is the giant space.
What does the giant space have to do with anything?
Go out into the vacuum of space unprotected.
No. I was thinking of giant ice planets you could, do an ice resort on.
Yeah, but how long would that...
And do the skiing and whatnot.
Yeah, but was that going to keep you...
Or the giant water planet that you could dive down to the bottom of.
Hey, I'd be down for that.
What you're failing to realize is that you live for infinity. So eventually
point,
you're going
done
to
everything.
Yeah, at some point you'll have done everything there is to do and everything you could possibly want to do. And at that point there'll be nothing left for you to do and you'll just be like, well, shit.
Except do it again.
Yeah, but how many times can you do it again before you get bored of literally everything?
Infinite.
That's what you say until you've done it for the 8 billionth time in a row.
I think you forget I've watched a cartoon series 20 times at this point so far.
And that's the point where you crash into the sun. Now I'm dead like a boss.
But you're so invincible that you're burning and for the rest of eternity screaming at the core of the sun.
You're just screaming at the core of the sun. You're like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
Well, fuck.
I told you, you're way louder than us. Like, significantly louder than
I'm
us.
just looking at that sound wave and it's just fucking...
Like, whenever we get excited and loud, we reach your normal talking voice. And then whenever you get excited and loud, you break everything.
I break the sound barrier.
Blake, I found your solution.
What?
Aliens.
Okay, that doesn't really help anything, but...
It
Fuck
helps
aliens.
everything.
Well, I mean, you can do that, but eventually you get bored of that, too.
Fuck every alien. Get every STD imaginable.
What you could do, though, and what would actually work, now that I'm thinking about it, the effective solution that you could do is once you've been alive for so long and you've done everything, you could elect to give yourself amnesia so you forget everything you've done and then do it all again.
That works. And honestly, that's totally something I would do.
Selective amnesia. So you don't give yourself full amnesia, but...
No, elective, like you elect to give yourself amnesia. You choose amnesia.
You choose to have, like, the parts of your brain...
Yes, but I'm make it like selective amnesia where you forget specific parts but not everything.
Maybe.
Wow, you know, I just realized something. This whole idea of elective amnesia is essentially just turning us into computers.
Yeah,
Like, once-
and then erasing the hard drive.
Yes, you erase the hard drive so you can start all over again.
I'd rather not spend another, 13 years of school in the school.
Do you think in the future we'll be able to upgrade our human processor?
Probably. We'll
and,
be able
and
to...
get better RAM?
No.
We'll definitely be able to augment ourselves with, like, different, like, nanomachines or computers or some shit.
Nano machines. Then we can be all of the characters in Metal Gear.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Hell, like, if VR technology gets good enough, we can probably even, like, reenact Metal Gear.
Dude,
Please no.
we should, like, if that does become a thing, we should, like, go find a planet that's uninhabited and change it into Zanzibar land.
Oh, yes.
Do you know what I just realized?
And then create deadly Zanzibar hamsters.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Nanomachines are the new GoPro.
Oh my
Nano
god.
machines.
You could turn your eyes into cameras and, like, record everything you see.
Nice.
Actually, the one technological advancement that we're probably closest to that I wouldn't be too mindful of is, like, implanting, like, a chip in your wrist or something that, like, carries all of your ID... that carries all of the information that's on, like, your ID or driver's license.
That'll never happen.
Yeah, then it turns into that one movie where that chip in your wrist also tells you how long you have left to live.
So that one will never happen solely because nobody would accept it.
Yeah, that's the problem that I find. Like, I would totally accept it, but, like, no one else would.
There's too much paranoia around that. I also wouldn't be accepting of it, but for different reasons than the crazy people.
Yeah.
My problem with it would be that there's essentially a giant tracking device embedded in my arm that has all of my personal information on it. And you know the government's going to have total and complete access to it at all times.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just going to be like, no? How about no?
Well, no, the way I see it, I figure the NSA already knows exactly what I'm doing at all times, so...
They are really good at sending me ads. Although Facebook swears up and down that they don't monitor people and send them targeted advertisements.
Oh, yeah, totally not.
Nope.
Not in a million years.
YouTube sends me a bunch of ads for card game related stuff.
YouTube doesn't send me any ads because I use a good ad blocker.
Yeah, see, Facebook says that it uses an algorithm to determine what ads are best suited to you based on what you do on Facebook. But a lot of people have speculated, and I'm kind of in the camp that agrees with them, that if you have Google on any of your devices that also have a mic and or camera, Google listens in and then uses that to target your advertising.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Because if you'll notice, a lot of times whenever you're talking about something, it'll be like a day later and all of a sudden one of your ads will be that thing you were talking about.
Exactly, yeah.
That makes sense. I stopped playing League of Legends for a while, then ended up updating it and haven't gotten an ad about it since.
Yay, advertise.
But now that you've said that, our PC is going to get bombarded with League of Legends ads.
Oh,
Check out League of Legends. Check it out. You think if they were spying on me, though, they would hear the part where I specifically go out of my way to be like, if I feel like this only is here because I've been spied on, I'm not going to buy it.
I mean, you don't have to buy it, it's free.
I do
You
get
just
a
have to
lot.
buy everything else that's in the League of Legends game.
No.
I do get a lot of Pandora ads for that freaking Final Fantasy 15 phone game, though.
Yeah, so do I.
Apparently,
Yeah.
according to YouTube comments, everyone does.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Tap,
Final
swipe, tap,
Fantasy.
swipe, tap, swipe,
Oh my
tap,
God.
swipe, tap, swipe.
At least it's not as annoying as the McDonald's crispy tender commercial.
The
Oh, I
crispy
have
tender
not
commercial.
come across that yet, actually.
It's this old lady, and she's all like, now that McDonald's makes the chicken nuggets, I don't have to make them, which means I have time for other things. And then you hear a little old lady voice go, Marianne. And she's all like, that's the hot tub calling my name. And that's
Ew.
the ad.
What? What?
Yeah, I can imagine that gets really fucking annoying.
Oh no, it's worse than you think because the all of the voices are terrible.
Oh boy.
All of the voices. Like the one's just like a normal lady, I guess, but the one in the hot tub is a really annoying high pitched old lady voice, and it doesn't sound good at all, and it's super annoying and stupid.
I guess it's a good thing I don't keep getting that ad. Though I do get this one ad where it's like this guy who's just like, don't you ever feel like you have no direction in life? Jesus listens. Click on the banner.
I get that one all the time.
Look at the banner in front of you. Go ahead and tap on that, and I'll give you all my information about Jesus and shit.
How about no? Because whenever I'm listening to my satin music is whenever I want Jesus ads.
Yeah. This is the advertisement podcast.
Rip. Click
What?
here for all the podcasts you could ever want in a year. Just $19.99. We'll even throw in this free trash can so you can vomit into.
Yeah. You know, like, all those advertisements for the Final Fantasy 15 phone game makes me really not want to play Final Fantasy 15 anymore.
And if you call in the next 5 minutes, we'll double that offer.
Like, I mean, I'll still pick up and play Final Fantasy 15 at, like, every major update, but it still makes me really not want to. Because every time I'll hear, like, any, like, boss fight music or like, the Chocobo theme, it'll remind me of that ad, and I'm just like, nope!
This man built his very own mercenary country, and the world's governments hate him. Learn more here.
Oh god.
I spent that whole time thinking of how to word that. They usually mention age, but I don't know how old Big Boss is, so...
I think he was in his... Let's see. At the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 2, Liquid says that Big Boss was in his late 40s when they created his copies.
So that's probably around the age that he was whenever they founded Outer Heaven and Zanzibar Land.
Mm-hmm.
In Zanzibar Land.
Zanzibar Land. But yeah. I think you're familiar with the type of ad that I was referencing.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the furry one that's making fun of that?
There's a furry one that makes fun of
I
it.
don't think I have.
Yeah. It's like this. It's got this woman on it, this like furry woman on it, and it's like this 40-year-old woman learned how to draw. This 40-year-old woman learned a new technique to draw porn, and artists hate her, or something like that.
Alright. One more Tootsie Roll and I'm calling it quits.
Did you
Calling
just
it
say
quits.
Twits?
I'm calling it Twix. One more Tootsie Roll and I'm calling it Twix.
Those are the best ones. Those fat Tootsie Rolls.
Fuck yes.
I like the
That's the
flavored
whole
ones.
reason. That's the whole reason I got the Child's Play bag was for the fat Tootsie Rolls. Why does the Child's Play bag, by the way, since it's a Halloween candy anyways, not have an advertising deal with the Child's Play movie franchise to put Chucky on it?
Maybe at one point they did.
Like, as I totally would. That'd be great advertising for it.
Yeah, and the kids never want to touch the bag because there's a creepy doll on it.
And there's a creepy doll that always follows you.
What?
Shh, everything's gone so quiet.
Awkward silence.
I'm just trying to eat this Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, I know. He's eating a Tootsie Roll. By God, he's eating a Tootsie Roll. What does this world come to? Oh God, I've been combed.
I don't know why, but I was remembering the idea of having
Somebody-
paintbrushes
somebody
and
bring me-
paintball knives.
Somebody bring me a bride because I've been groomed.
Oh no!
No.
Yeah!
No. No.
Cue the Who playing Who Won't Get Fooled Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you curious, the theme for Hotline Miami is Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who.
Cool. I just remember the song on the other CSI. That's Who are you? Who?
Oh, yes, that one.
Who are you? I really wanna know.
Who
That's in,
are you?
that's regular CSI, I think.
Yeah.
They think they're so clever with that fucking theme song.
I didn't even realize.
Took you a minute to catch why they picked that theme song.
Yeah. There we are. Now I'm back in my rightful place.
To sit on a throne as the Prince of Bel-Air.
Behold, the King of Kings.
The King of Games?
Yugi?
Yuji Mopo!
Yugi Hurst Helmsley.
They should make a gangster version of Yu-Gi-Oh! And change his name to Yugi Mofo.
Fuck.
No.
It's Yugi Mofo. Now it's my turn to eat a piece of candy.
You know, I just remembered that the English dub version of the GX first episode is the next King of Games. But I don't think Jaden ever becomes the King of Games.
He fights Yugi in his dream, and then loses. Like, there's no way he fucking won that fight. I have all 3 Egyptian god cards out.
He only
And
summoned one.
I have my Egyptian god card out, and it has far more attack than your signature monster. Fuck it, I'm attacking your Egyptian god card anyway.
Maybe he had his super sneaky plans in his plans.
I guess. But we'll never know because then he woke up.
Cool.
In a desert.
In a desert.
With a cat.
Why was there a cat?
Because there's always been a cat.
I feel like Jaden might have just gotten robbed. Like, he got robbed. Like, he got knocked out and robbed. Then, had a dream about him taking on Yugi. And then by the time he woke up, he realized that he was just dumped in the desert and left for dead.
Cool. What the fuck is the King of Games, anyways?
It is a title bestowed on to the winner of the Duelist Kingdom tournament.
Oh.
Yep. So Yugi's the King of Games for, most of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series.
Cool. That's really great for him, I guess. Duelist Kingdom, is that Pegasus?
Yep.
Yep, that was the very first tournament in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Well,
so basically that term is like that time in your wrestling thing when what's-his-name won the belt and then left and there was no more belt.
Yep.
It's like, so he was the champion forever, but not because he actually withheld the championship, but because he left and nobody else so there's no more challenges.
But then he came back.
Yeah, then it got really stupid. See, the weeks leading up to summer,
although to be fair to Yugi, in this version, instead of Yugi leaving after winning, everybody else left, and Yugi's just like, whoop, I guess I'm King of Games forever then.
Yes. to extrapolate, for those people who know the wrestling history, Blake is referring to Money in the Bank 2011, the John Cena versus CM Punk match, where CM Punk, mentioned beforehand that his contract ended at midnight on that night, and then he beats John Cena, gets the WWE title, and then leaves. Then in the weeks leading up to SummerSlam, they completely invalidate everything by having CM Punk come back, Vince McMahon get fired so he couldn't fire John Cena, then Vince McMahon just comes back out of the blue. Then they make a new title, John Cena wins the title, then CM Punk comes back with his title, John Cena and CM Punk duke it out at SummerSlam for the title. CM Punk wins, then Alberto Del Rio steals it.
Cool.
Ripperone and pepperone.
That's a lot explaining. The whole point of the story is that once the CM Punk guy left, the belt was just forever his. Not because he was the best wrestler, but because literally there was nobody challenging him because he was no longer part of it.
Yep. It was a great plot line. It was a really great plot point, and then it was just invalidated the very next night because they just created a new one.
Yeah, but then it was revalidated when he came back, and he was like, I have the real one.
Yes.
But then he lost it.
Yeah, but nobody keeps that stupid belt for very long.
Well, actually, after losing it to Alberto Del Rio, eventually CM Punk won it back and kept it for a whole calendar year.
Yeah, but they only do that every once in a while to play up some bullshit.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a character that had it for 4 years.
Must have been Hulk Hogan.
There was somebody had that belt for 4 years.
And, of course, it was Hulk Hogan.
You said... You were like, it must have been Hulk Hogan, and then we said something, and then it comes back to you, and you're like, yeah, it was Hulk Hogan.
I am basically Hillary Clinton right now.
So I'm like, okay, well, did you just suddenly get beamed the knowledge that it was in fact Hulk Hogan?
We need our young people to Pokemon go to the polls.
Okay, hold on.
You can Pokemon go straight to the DNC where I'll funnel your money into my campaign.
Okay. Who held
Totally legal, but highly unethical.
the championship
Well.
the longest? Okay.
My money says that it was one of the old school wrestlers.
Ruscullers.
Mm-hmm.
Ruscholars.
The rest scholars.
Alright. So, this is from the actual WWE website. Apparently, the longest person to hold the championship belt was... Holy shit, what is all this? Okay.
Was...
Hold on. Gotta scroll through all these other guys. Apparently, Stone Cold Steve Austin held it for the 10th longest time.
Well, only the 10th longest?
Yep.
You'd have thought he had held it longer.
Okay, let's see.
He is one of the most popular wrestlers.
Okay, number 1 is Bruno Sammartino, who held it for 4,040 days.
Who the fuck is Bruno San Martinez?
He was one of the guys from like really classic wrestling. Like this was a guy from back during the days of the WWF.
So he held it for like 10 years?
Yeah.
Was this back when there was actually real wrestling?
Yep.
Oh, cool. So he doesn't count. Among the actual wrestlers...
Okay, number 1... Okay, number 2 is Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Spent 2,185 days as champion.
Nice.
And what is that, 7 years? About?
About, yeah.
300...
Oh no, that's total time spent with the belts.
So, hold on.
As long as individual-
365 days... So that'd be 2 would be 700, so 4 would be 1,400. So nearly 5 years, or
But that's combined total time. Apparently, his longest individual reign was 1,474 days.
so that's like 2 years, 2 straight years, a little over 2 years. That's a lot of belt time.
And the longest individual reign by Bruno Sammartino was 2,803 days.
Cool. So not that much different than Hogan.
Yep.
Not that much different than Hoagie.
Hoagie? Oh, God.
Oh, right in the face.
I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when.
Suck to the face.
And you're too late. You give love a bad name.
Oh, wait, hold on.
What?
Apparently, the longest... Like, looking at this list, the longest individual reign looks to belong to Bob Backlund.
Who
How long
the
was
fuck
that?
is Bob Backlund?
Let's see. He was Bob Backlund. If I remember correctly, he started off during the New Generation era and then came into the Attitude Era. What? Let's see, hold on.
Oh my god. Quickly, do your research.
Huh.
You nerd those books, you fucking book nerd.
He's looking at the internet.
Shh. Shh. If you hadn't said anything, people might have legitimately believed that he had just like a library section about WWE bullshit that he was like rapidly reading through.
I wouldn't
hold
even
on.
believe that.
Shh.
Bob.
Don't underestimate how dumb people on the internet can be.
I underestimate their common sense.
Oh,
You're
okay, so
giving
Bob-
us far too much credit.
Okay, so Bob Backlund was another one of the guys from back during the same days as Bruno Sammartino,
Okay.
where like it was actual real wrestling. But apparently his first title reign was back during the Rock and Wrestling era, because it says that he lost his first title reign to the Iron Sheik.
Cool.
Like, have you not ever seen those Twitter posts of people that are like, there's only 7 continents. How are there 40 countries listed right here?
I've seen some really dumb posts in my day. Go. Be gone, devils. I hope random sounds is what people wanted to hear because I've made a lot of those this time around. It's nice. You know, there's a good chance, given how many furries are our audience, that somebody was into that.
Oh, God.
I state again, there's a fetish for getting shot in the face.
There's a fetish for being shot in the face.
There is a
Yes.
fetish for getting your eyeball licked. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, everything's on the table at this point.
Exactly.
In fact, things being on the table is probably somebody's fetish.
Like
And
a
I
plate
don't mean
and a
like,
keyboard.
and I don't even mean like people or like some kind of like sexy on the table thing. I mean like, just like setting your plate on the table for dinner. Somebody's probably like, "Oh God, yeah, you set that plate on the table, yeah."
Fuck yes! That's what I want to see!
It wouldn't shock me. I think at this point I would just be like, "Okay, I guess that's that guy's thing. Weird, but whatever.
You know, it only takes one plate to do that to a person. How bad would that person have to be into that for them to be super into it for like 10 plates to be put onto the table?
Oh God.
Binary code fetish.
Binary code fetish.
Yeah, 1 0 1 1 1 0.
Like we're mentioning all this mundane, silly shit, but I'm totally into drowning. So
Hey, you've actually said it in words, so now
Yes.
it's official.
It's a fishable.
a fishable.
A fishable.
Official. I didn't even mean to do that, but accidental
fishbowl.
pun for the win, I guess. Whatevers.
This podcast is the only one that's PG-13.
Podcast fucking are.
This podcast was brought to you by.
Hell, if this podcast was aired in the '80s, the MPAA would probably threaten to give it an X rating.
Dude, I want it to be rated X for extremely awesome.
I mean, hell, like
Yeah, 90s cool.
You're fired.
The Friday the 13th series had heavily toned its like kills down because the MPAA threatened to give it an X rating. Hell, there's a scene where like Jason Voorhees like wraps someone up in a bed in like one of those sleeping bags, hits it against the tree, and the MPAA was like, if you have him hit that sleeping bag against the tree more than one time, we're giving you an X rating.
Oh man, speaking of, have you ever seen Jason X?
I have.
Okay, do you remember the part when the hologram of the
yeah.
camp girls and he's got that one in the sleeping bag and he's like boom,
The return to the sleeping bag scene.
he's like slamming it like back and forth all over fucking earth place. That part was fucking funny.
Jason X was a horrible horror film, but it was just amazing for what it was. A parody of the entire Friday the 13th series up to that point.
Oh my god, it was fucking hilarious. It was not a good movie, it was a hilariously bad movie.
Yes.
Oh man.
But do you mean hilariously bad and as in it's so bad that you laugh at it? Or
So bad.
Oh,
it was just hilarious and bad?
Nope, just so bad that you'll laugh at it.
So bad that you laugh at it. Yeah. Then the robot lady fights him and she beats him up, but then the nano machines put him back together and all of a sudden he can beat up the robot lady.
What?
Yeah, I told you this. Did I mention that this all takes place in space?
I mean, hell,
No, but I was beginning to think it was.
I mean, hell, the movie starts off in the futuristic year of 2008, where Jason is sentenced to death, and then they try like 50 million different ways to try to kill him before coming to the conclusion, yep, he's invincible. Let's just cryogenically freeze him and hope no one finds him.
Yeah.
On a spaceship.
Yeah.
Where he kills hundreds of people, fights a robot lady, gets put back together, then kills the robot lady.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Whose smart idea was this?
At least it wasn't as bad as Dracula 2000.
Oh, fucking no.
Wait, what?
It's the exact same thing, only Dracula in space this time, instead of Jason in space.
Now I want to find
and that
out
one
who's-
at the end, they fly into the sun at the end.
He only has one weakness in space.
Yeah.
The sun.
Yeah, they fly directly into the sun. That movie was dumb.
Why not just open, like, some windows on the spaceship?
Yeah.
The cold, cold vacuum of space.
Not like that.
Oh man, this space trip is sweltering. Mind if I open a window? Yes! I very much mind if you open a window.
I didn't mean, like, actually, like, take the window and open it up. I mean, like, the curtains or whatever. Open some of those up.
Oh.
Let the
just
sun
fly
rays...
next to a sun and then open up the curtains.
As long as you sit in front of one of those windows, Dracula can't touch you.
Oh man, that was a dumb movie though. But I'm the king of the segways.
Of the segways?
Mm-hmm. You can tell because not only did I not segue into anything, but I also didn't have anything to segue into to begin with. So it was doomed to fail from the start.
Woo!
That's how you become king of segways. Will you stop almost dying every time you stand up?
No.
Apparently I don't have my land legs.
I swear, it's like you've got vertigo or something. Every time you stand up, you're like immediately like, woo!
Yeah.
Come back down.
Rawl is constantly on a boat.
It's going down.
I'm
We're
yelling timber.
You better move. Okay, thank you.
This time you will remember. Two number nines.
Oh god.
Two number nines.
Nope.
No.
No.
I'm so tired.
And whose fault is that?
Me being a responsible adult who goes to work and does his job.
At night.
Yeah, on night shift.
Yeah.
Wow, a third shift employee is tired. Who would have ever fucking guessed?
Yeah. Especially when you work
Tired.
10 hours a day.
Tired at 10 o'clock when they probably should be sleeping.
Well, we had a podcast to record because I'm only going to have today and like a little bit of tomorrow to edit it.
Oh well.
And I have to also finish editing the video for today, so yeah, I have to. It's either recorded now or it won't get done in time.
Rip her own.
You don't seem to understand that I have to do all of these things.
I'm that person that'd be like, oh, I missed today. I'll upload on Saturday.
Yeah, well, whenever I was watching all the stuff about how to grow your YouTube channel, the thing that they seemed to stress the most was consistent uploads.
Yes, but I'm also pretty sure that missing a day and just replacing it with another day just once does not hurt the consistent upload thing.
Yeah, but what if it starts as 1 and then it's 2 and then it's 6 and then it's 20 and then it's all the time?
Yep, and that is when you become and that is when you become Kazarod.
Who the fuck is Kazarog?
The guy who did the prequel comic for, prequel.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of which, I should totally show you guys that. It is an amazing comic. Anyone out there, look for this comic called Prequel Adventure. You'll know it because it takes place in Tamriel, like the setting of the Elder Scrolls games.
Is that the one with the little Khajiit guy who's always getting into trouble?
Yep.
Okay, I've seen a few of them.
Or just look for Pokemon Hard Mode.
That too. That's also a really good one.
What is Pokemon Hard Mode?
It is essentially a Pokemon comic that is where the Nuzlocke came from.
Oh, cool.
I still like how that name came about, though. He was doing hard mode in Pokemon, where he pretty much had all the basic rules of the Nuzlocke put out, what would eventually become the Nuzlocke. He was the guy that pretty much invented it. But throughout the comic, he had this Nuzleaf character that he often drew with the face of John Locke from Lost, and so that's where the name Nuzlocke comes from.
Neat. I am using your hairbrush. What will you do about it?
I thought that was your hairbrush.
Oh, it is my hairbrush.
Where is my hairbrush?
So you've been using my hairbrush. It seems the tables have turned.
I'm using your hairbrush. What are you going to do about it? Inform you that is not my hairbrush?
In fact, yours.
I feel like it's one of those scenes in where he's like, freeze, this is a stick up. And he's like, no, this is a stick up. And then it comes back to the guy and he doesn't have a gun anymore. He's like, what the fuck?
You're getting mugged, kid. No, you're getting mugged. How the hell does this happen?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I feel like just happened.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna ask.
What?
What the fuck that just was?
Y'all living in 2017. I'm living in 2117.
That is not how that works.
Y'all living in 2017. This nigga living in 1980.
You said nigga.
I don't care what the fuck I say.
Well, this video got demonetized.
Nigga.
Yes.
Uncle Rock.
Not like we were monetizing any of our videos anyway. The only monetized videos we have right now are the ones where people are like, hey, this video has copyrighted material on it. I'm going to put ads on this video and take all the revenue.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
which is
okay.
like 2 videos.
And I'm just like, okay.
One,
I hope they enjoy that money.
that whole like 5 cents. I hope we reach a big enough channel size to where I can get a realistic sense of how much money other YouTubers make off of ad revenue.
I hear it's crap.
Nobody will say, because apparently that violates YouTube's terms of service or something, but
Well, it's like any employment. You're pretty much not allowed to say how much you make, like an hour or a year stuff to other people.
I think that's dumb. You should be allowed to tell people what you make.
I feel like there was an Adam Ruins Everything video on that.
Was there?
Yes.
You
I have to
should
see this now.
You should definitely be allowed to tell people how much you make.
And which is not like a rule, they just don't want you to do it at all.
Yeah, because if everyone knew what everyone else was making, there would probably be more strikes.
Yeah, definitely. See, this is why I say we need to scale the minimum wage to the average cost of living.
But that makes too much sense.
Like, sure, you can raise the minimum wage to $15, which is a very sound strategy. But the problem is, if you just raise the minimum wage to $15, then everything else is going to like vastly increase in cost to meet that rising minimum wage.
Not
because
necessarily, but it is
people are
possible.
Because people are greedy and stuff. But if you scale the minimum wage to the cost of living, now there ain't shit they can do. Except just complain and lobby to politicians to get rid of that law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing is once enough people have paid the politicians off, they probably would get rid of the law.
Yeah, and that's the problem with politics these days.
That's politics.
Oh well.
Good thing we went really quiet for no reason there for a second.
Gives us a chance to cut out and transition.
You said that's politics, and I was thinking it seems very plain and easy to draw.
I was thinking about that bear thing from Undertale that says that's politics.
What is this place?
I'm tired, and it's making my brain not want a brain.
Well, I don't know. What time is it?
Your brain doesn't want a brain. It is the 10:36.
Yeah, I think we should call it here so that I can take Mizu to work.
How
Or
long?
26.
10:26.
Oh, we can keep
Give
going
it-
another 4 minutes, at least.
We should keep going just a little bit longer because we're only at 54 minutes.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Mizu works at 11.
Until 5.
So as long as there's a reasonable amount of time or something, I don't know.
Yep. We probably would need to like try and ensure that we have as much recorded as possible, so that way when we cut things out, this doesn't wind up being like 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, there's not really much that gets cut out so much as there's going to be silence that gets cut away so that there's no weird pauses.
All of the
yeah.
silence.
I guess I can't complain too much if we have a lot less footage for me to go through this time. My money says that
Not
the
sponsored.
microphone picked up on you blowing your nose.
Probably. You know, we still have this N64, and I haven't plugged it in like at all recently.
Do you know what I would like for the N64?
What?
Pokemon Stadium or Stadium 2?
I should have guessed. Actually, come to think of it, okay,
Whenever we go back to Ohio to visit my families, I'm gonna try and see if Pokemon Snap is still there and get it.
Oh my god.
You know, I'm honestly surprised that this TV here actually does have like regular AV cables, like AV cable plugins.
Regular AV cables.
Had a very shiny nose.
I thought
It is not fucking Christmas. Stop,
that is
I'll kill
not
you.
what Walmart says.
Halloween has only been over for a day.
It's been over for 2 days.
But yeah, I'm actually honestly surprised that like AV cables are still around and like they haven't just been completely phased out in favor of HDMI cables.
I'm pretty sure they have been at this point. My TV's like 4 years old. 3. It would be 3 because I had it a year before I left, and then we've been here for 2 years.
Yep.
Basically. Not quite 2 years yet, but we're only a month away at this point.
Yep. And my TV has AV cable inputs as well.
Does it feel like we've been living here for 2 years?
Yes.
I don't know. People in the YouTube comments, I don't normally ask for people to comment, but I am curious if there actually are like TVs that don't have an AV input.
I can't wait for nobody to comment. No, I shouldn't say that because maybe someone will. We get a few comments now. We're starting to reach that point where we get like semi-regular comments, which is, we're still not regular comments, but semi-regular is better than 0.
We still got that one really nice comment that I really like.
What was that?
Yeah.
Oh, where that one person was like that we're doing really good work or something.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Hold on, I don't want to be mean and like completely forget their comment, but I totally fucking forgot their comment, and I feel like shit for that. But I need to see that comment again so that
I need to see that comment so that I can live.
Nice comment, nice comment. Where'd you put it?
I think he deleted it.
I probably deleted it at this point
Shit.
because I used it to post on Facebook like forever ago. That's why I screenshotted it.
Well, now I just feel like I just really feel like shit for forgetting that.
It's on one of the podcasts, but I don't remember which one.
But yeah. Well, I do feel like shit for forgetting that comment, and
It's modern art.
And
No,
I
you
highly
destroyed my modern art.
It is your hair on a brush. How is that modern art?
No, it's the hair from my brush in my palm, which is open and lifted up, which is deeply symbolic of some bullshit that I haven't made up yet.
That is not modern art.
Yes, it is.
If that's modern art,
I bet you, if I were to get that camera, take a picture of it, and post that in like some like art sphere place. I don't know where art people post their like artsy stuff, like whenever they're like new artists or whatever. But I bet if I did, people would like be commenting on the artisticness of it and what it represents and some dumb bullshit.
If that is modern art, so is the people that decide that they just want to take a gallon of paint and splash it onto a canvas.
Yeah, Jackson Pollock, he's a well-known and very famous artist, and that's exactly what he did. Also, there was that one time where a guy took off his glasses and set them on the floor in an art museum, and then everyone thought it was one of the exhibits and walked around and started talking about it and taking pictures of it and stuff.
Oh,
You're underestimating how dumb art is. It's like really great, but also really dumb. Because sometimes it's so nebulous and vague that literally anything can be art. This is art. Not because it's particularly good, but because it is art. Oh, I forgot. There's also the guy who screen capped his post on 4chan saying that this post is art. And it sold for like thousands of dollars online.
This is the one time I will say I've underestimated how stupid people are.
Yeah, you should never underestimate that kind of stuff.
Right then. So now that whole conversation about modern art is out of the way, can I actually like fully apologize to the person who wrote that nice comment for forgetting their nice comment?
Yeah.
Because
you can
I
apologize
really am
by giving them a shout out and then reading the comment out loud.
as soon as I can find the comic.
It's on one of the podcasts, but I don't remember which one.
Well, I'm gonna look now. We're not gonna end this podcast until I find it.
It's on your mom.
Okay. If you insist.
If you insist.
If you insist me.
I'm looking right now.
Well, man, we're still only at 23 subs.
Oh no, wait, you're looking right now. Okay, cool.
Only 23 submissives.
Submissives. Does it mean everyone else is a dom?
Exactly.
Comments. Okay, yeah, no.
This one.
Okay, so yes. So, Adel Twintone, who commented, "These podcasts give me so much truth. Good to have a series that fills that void in my life." So, to you, Adel, thank you so much. We really do appreciate really good comments.
Hooray!
Hey, look.
And I do apologize for forgetting your comment earlier.
I'm trying to read that name.
Which one?
I think it's Darkfire Daku.
Daku!
But my eyesight is really terrible, so.
But yes, so...
Wait. Go all the way back down to the bottom. I like the Yu-Gi-Oh comment.
That subs for subs thing?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh. Yugi for the win.
Yugi is best anime.
Anyway, but yeah. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, we can feel free to end this podcast whenever.
We can end this podcast if we want. We could end this podcast if we want. Do we want to? Do we want to? Do we want to?
We can end if we want to. We can leave your friends behind.
The answer is yes! Fucking hate that song.
Why
Yeah.
did we all choose different songs to sing?
I don't know, but okay. So this has been the 8th Fur Talk podcast.
Confirmed.
The A.
The 8th
Fur Talk podcast.
The 8th Fur Talk podcast.
The A Fur Talk podcast.
I am Blake Foxx.
I am Ralleign Siston.
And I'm Graceful Charity.
That's Mizu Kurai. Kurai. He's cry every time.
I cry every Tim.
And we will see you all
In the next one.